My grandmother was an artist, so she taught me everything I knew growing up, and I got into doing portraits. And so I was always very drawn to humans and their expressions, people's lives, and being able to show that. Most of the time you start with a sketch, you start with something simple, you have a concept, you plan it out. When you're ready to put on the color, you have the sketch there, the framework is ready. I work with pastels and start with the black, and I put in my shadows first, and I layer my color all the way up to the lights, just paying attention to shape and color and form. And then you step back and you look and you've created something. And it's really amazing to make something that came out of your being through your fingers, from your heart and your mind, to be able to express and share that in an image instead of words with people around you. When you go about creating your portrait and you start putting on your colors, you really pay a lot of attention to the smoothness of a face, the shadows under a chin, the lines of the eyelashes, the light that you see in the eye. And you're trying to capture all of those pieces to show who that person is, carefully with intention, because you're trying to take so much of who that person is and put it in one image that you can look at and really get a sense of who they are. I've got pictures and pictures of my son, and every one of his portraits, he's busy, he's being creative, he's doing something. Even at nighttime, he's in his pillow fort. He's just always busy until he's asleep. And so every portrait that I have of him, he's being creative and inventive and imaginative, and that tells a lot about who he is. My daughter, on the other hand, my oldest, her pictures are always very calming, and the colors are cool colors because she's much more thoughtful and serious and inquisitive. She's always thinking, so her portraits show who she is in that way. There are so many wonderful portraits of Jesus that have been done over time. Many of them are so famous, like The Last Supper by Da Vinci. But one that stands out to me so much is by Anthony van Dyck. He was a Dutch painter in the 17th century. And the Betrayal of Christ is a picture that really shows me how he was trying to express who Jesus is in his portrait. When I look at this painting, the first thing that stands out to me is the contrast between the bright colors and the darkness. There's a lot of contrast with the bright golds and the reds. You start looking at the bottom where the men are fighting, they're struggling, there's chaos, and it just keeps wrapping your eye around the painting. And what really amazes me is how the artist chose to portray Jesus, and really gives you a sense of that peace and that calm, while the rest of the painting is so chaotic. Jesus is calm. He's almost walking out of the picture, just bringing peace with all of that behind him.